Hey everybody, it's day 22nd, I'm walking home, knackered, absolutely knackered, but my calves are doing okay today, a little bit of deadening pain, but it's not too bad. It's the penultimate day of this challenge, and hopefully tomorrow the weather will be quite like today. Not quite warm, but not quite cold. Wind's not too bad. Yeah, hoping for a good day tomorrow.
Hello. It's day 27. It's Thursday, February 27th, 2014, or 2014, depending on how you say it. Now, what's going on today? Well, I've finished my walk, been to work, finished my walk, all that, 2.28 miles. Which brings me up to, I think it's 57.48 miles. It might be 38 miles. Well, I haven't figured it out yet. I have to do the calculation really in the editing process, which is after this. I should really kind of, figure it out before I start blabbering on about mileage. Anyway, today's going to be a very short video. I want to keep it short because tomorrow's probably going to be quite a long one, because obviously I'm going to conclude these videos. This section of videos, should we say, because tomorrow is the final day of walking. I'm hoping that I can do enough tomorrow to warrant the 60 going over here. I'm hoping that at some point 60 will be there tomorrow afternoon, because it will be afternoon. Also, my reward that I purchased myself a few days ago is arriving tomorrow as well, so I'll show those off and show you what I've bought, because it's something that I haven't bought for a while now, and it has no particular value to me or to anyone really, apart from the fact that I collect these things. I told you about them a few days ago. The reason why I purchased it for this is because I felt that a reward was necessary, but nothing too massive and nothing that was going to spoil what I've done so far. So this is something I have done. I'll show them off tomorrow, hopefully, if they come in time for the video. We'll find out, I don't know yet. What else is going on? Well, today was a fairly easy day, very nice weather outside, sunny, a little bit windy, a little bit cold, but it wasn't as bad. It felt, in certain periods of the walk, felt pretty nice in terms of weather and warmth. My calves aren't bothering me as much today. There was a little bit of deadness here and there, but it seemed to stay away, and that's what's really weird about these things, because I can't tell when it's going to happen until it happens. So that's just the way it is. I've got my sleep apnea, sleep breathing test thing at the hospital on Monday. I'm filling in a form here about my sleep pattern. I'm not going to go into my sleep pattern. I will say this, that my sleep has improved quite a lot since I started doing these walks. I think it's that I'm staying asleep for longer rather than waking up here and there. I have had bad nights, I've had good nights, and a lot of the good nights have happened this month so far, so I'm very pleased about that. What else? Last night was the first time I dreamt about losing weight, in the sense that you have a mental image for yourself. When you dream, you usually find that mental image is how you are in your dreams. It's like when in the Matrix, Neo appears as he does in his kind of self-image, as it were. So these sort of images have been stuck in my mind for a long time. A lot of them of me being very thin, because that's how I was back in the day. That's, for a long period of time in my life, I was fairly thin, so that's how my mental image appeared. Obviously, as time has gone on and I've stayed in this kind of weight, the more my kind of mental image has changed towards someone being fat, i.e. me in my dreams. It's just the way it is. Now, last night was the first time I've ever dreamt about me in a state where I've lost weight. In my face especially is something that I vividly can remember from a dream last night. Not much else brings out to mind really about my dream at all from last night, other than that there's that image of my face being, a lot thinner, my cheeks a lot less chubby, and my neck being a lot more defined, as it were. So it was a very nice dream. There was nothing really sexual about it at all, but I can't remember much about it either. So I just thought I'd share that with you folks. It's very interesting, the kind of dreams. I've always found dreams very interesting. So anyway, I've got one comment from yesterday which I will read out right a second. Agent Riley 2000, don't worry about it, mate. I'm very much just a treat as wanna be treated kind of guy. You have sat and worked on videos for me to watch, and I have been entertained. I miss you playing Arma with the team. Hopefully some more in the future. Do you still have the videos from the old channel? Good goals. Okay, I'll cut that up into two pieces. Thanks very much for your kind words about entertainment and such. I hope, and I'm glad that you've enjoyed the stuff that I've put out. I know some people won't find these interesting or entertaining at all. Some people will find them interesting. I'm glad you do. As for the Arma stuff, I have left the tier 1 group that I was with. It seemed pointless sticking around a group where things were changing so much and I wasn't really a part of the changes. I just wasn't actively there. It's just the way it is, because I'd stopped playing Arma. It seemed pointless me staying in the group and listening to these people talk about stuff that I wasn't really involved in. That's fair enough. So there will be no footage from any of those types of stuff again for the foreseeable future. As for Arma, I'm never going to rule out playing Arma again. I've played it recently, I say recently, about 3 or 4 weeks back, for a couple of evenings, and I really enjoyed the stuff that I played, but I played it very kind of unrealistically. I played it, I think it was one of the King of the Hill servers that they have there, which is literally 2 teams or 2 or 3 teams amassing on a certain point and trying to control the area for a specific set of time. It's a very RPG type game type that I found quite interesting, but it never kept my interest. It only kept my interest for literally 2 evenings, and then after that I found it annoying. I also think that my computer is at this point now where it's not particularly good enough to play Arma 3 properly and to record properly, because you need a decent machine to record stuff, and you need a decent machine in general just to play Arma 3. And I've got a decent machine to play it, but not really a decent enough machine to then record it as well. And it's not that I'm never going to play any Armas again. I'll never rule that out, but the likelihood of me actually playing again in the near future is very, very, very low. And if I do, I'm going to spam the hell out of the channel saying that I will, but I have no interest as of yet to play it. I can't explain or give you a reason other than my interest is not there. It's not that I hate the game or despise it, it's just I really don't find it very interesting at the moment, and that's just a state of mind. It may be that in 3 months I'll go back to it and really enjoy playing it and try and give out as much kind of information as possible, but I'm not sure that's going to ever happen. Anyway, the last question was, do you still have the videos from the old channel? No, I don't. I decided that I wanted a fresh start completely. In hindsight, I should really have kept the channel unlisted, just unlisted all the videos and kept them for myself so I could download them again and put them up somewhere. But in general, I wanted to just kind of start a fresh channel. Initially, it was kind of a crossover channel, and then as this channel grew to a certain extent, I'd completely move everything over. But that hasn't transpired because it's all history now for me. I mean, those days were great. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to talk game stuff now, by the way, so if you're not interested, please, this is the time to turn off. But if you're interested in the game stuff, the Arma stuff, then please do keep listening or watching or whatever. The old days were great. I absolutely miss the camaraderie that you find when you play with certain people that you really like. Especially a group of people that you've grown to like as well and grown to really admire. Now, it's not that these people don't exist anymore. they don't really exist in game terms anymore. A lot of the people have moved on to other things. Some of the people are in Tier 1, which I've played with before. A lot of the people that I remember vividly, and that I can remember a number of people that I really liked playing with, they don't play Arma anymore. They're not in a community anymore. As far as I'm aware, they're either playing other things or they've stopped playing completely. So it's obviously a very difficult kind of situation to have when you yourself move on, but you still have that, that feeling in your mind that of the olden days being great. That's the nostalgia thing. I mean, if we all got back together right now and started playing Arma 3, we probably wouldn't feel the same way as we did back then. Obviously, there'll be a lot of connections, and there'll be a lot of nostalgia, and if that's the only fuel to why we'd want to do it, I don't think it's enough, if you understand what I mean. And that was another reason why I got rid of the old videos. I decided it was time just to put those videos behind me, just to move on from that stuff. I didn't particularly like the fact that the videos on the other channel, I had a lot of trouble with the other channel in the sense that I couldn't get thumbnails, I couldn't get monetization, I couldn't do any of that stuff because of a previous issue that I had, which was not particularly my fault. It was YouTube or Google or whoever it is. I think it was probably YouTube back then, and they literally disabled my account monetary wise, which meant that I couldn't do a lot of the things that people do with their channels, which was thumbnails was a really big issue for me. I wanted proper thumbnails for the channel. That's why you see thumbnails for these channels are not proper thumbnails, but the thumbnails that I wanted to create, and I couldn't do that on the other channel. And I know you're saying, well, that's not really a reason to stop doing the other channel, but along with these things and these kind of issues, I just got really sick of trying to sort out a channel that was never really going to go anywhere. It doesn't matter how popular the videos were on the channel, I couldn't do anything about it. I applied to have my account reactivated. I applied and I wanted to make all the changes I could, but I couldn't do any of those changes. And that leads to frustration, and frustration leads to making a little bit of a mistake by deleting all the videos. I will say this, I had over 1,200 videos, 1,400 videos or something silly. So picking the ones out that were going to come onto this channel, this new channel, would have been difficult in itself. Nonetheless, I don't regret leaving that channel at all, because I needed to move on. It was just the way it was. Anyway, I'm running out of things to say now, so I'm going to slowly end this video for you. If you have any questions about the olden days, any questions about anything really, then please put them in the comments below. I'm very transparent in what I do. If people have a question about where I work, or if people have a question about what games I'm really liking at the moment, or if people are asking what games I've really hated in the last 6 months or something like that, I'm going to be completely honest, because that's who I am. There's no point me just bullshitting people because, I can. It just seems pointless to do that. So I'm a very truthful person. If you have a poignant question that you want to ask and you haven't felt like asking it because you didn't think I'd answer truthfully, I'm telling you this now. No question is unbarred from these questions. Even if you've got a question like, do you masturbate and all this sort of stuff, I will kind of answer the question truthfully. That's just the way I roll. And the answer to that is yes, of course. Who doesn't? If you've been single for 10 years, you will inevitably have to do something to relieve yourself. Sorry, too much info. But you wanted truth? There's truth. Truth, bitch. Oh, you're an idiot. Anyway, when I say you're an idiot, I mean me, of course. Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. I wanted to keep this video brief, and it's not. It's turned out to be just as long as the video yesterday, which was really long. I'm going to conclude the videos tomorrow after my walk. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I will be returning to a once a week vlog type system to update things and that, but in general these videos will end tomorrow, and that's just the way it is. So please, questions, comments in the comments below, that'd be great. Like, share, do all the shit that I'd love you to do, but I don't particularly want to ask because I feel that it's a bit cheaty that you ask for these sort of things. But anyway, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.